Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about oral health, right? And just get to some basics first. So essentially, we all know that our body is in a beautiful container for trillions of microorganisms living at different parts of our body. The largest colonization is in our gut, large intestine, but we do have these microbes, these bacteria, fungi, viruses, yeast, protozoa, and a lot of these bugs in our mouth, on our skin, in vagina in case of females, in the stomach, in small intestine, everywhere, right? And these actually these microbes have co-evolved with us and play a key role in our health. They actually program our biology for health or disease, right? And discussed in my last talk that 99% of genes that are expressed in our body belong to these microbes, right? So we all know, these 40 trillion microbes living inside our gut, right? They have a larger role to play in a number of development of number of diseases, right? From metabolic health like obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, cancer, skin issues, autoimmune issues, right? But what we have missed and what we have never considered that, our mouth is also the, is second largest colonizer of these microbes after gut. So gut is more dense, but the oral microbiome is much more diverse. So there's nothing called as an standard healthy microbiome. So two individuals would have entirely different species, but their microbiome would be entirely healthy, right? So it all oral microbiome actually not only impacts your dental health, your gum health, but it also impacts your total body health, right? So there are these around 100 billion microbes living in our mouth, and they live in an so-called medium, less acidic, mildly acidic environment, and that's what keep a balance, right? And when we eat a lot of sugary stuff or artificial sweeteners, probably it reduces our acidic level. We take too much of citrus fruits, considering that it's very high in vitamin C. It actually reduces your acidic level, mouth saliva pH level, and it becomes a breeding ground for a lot of pathogens like P. gingivalis, streptococcus mutans, and these have been implicated in development of not only of periodontitis, but also diseases such as Alzheimer's, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, right? And a lot of these microbes actually find their way uh, through. So every day we drink around 1 liter of saliva, right? We swallow 1 liter of saliva, and they find their way towards gut. So a lot of these microbes can actually find a place in the gut, and they can actually change the entire composition and the ecosystem of the gut microbiome, and can even impact immune defense, right? A bacteria such as gingivalis, or Physiobacterium nucleatum is one of the oral bacteria. It is said to is one of the key bacteria in onset and development of IBD and even colon cancer, right? So there's a lot of these. We could see a overlap of 45% of the microbes from the mouth in our gut, right, in various parts of the body, right? And so, so essentially, even while kissing or sharing foods, these bacteria are transferred one person to the other. So probably if someone has a cavity producing bacteria, right? If they there's a case, or probably a sharing food, probably those bacteria can pass into other person. Even if you know these are the case of these also applies in case of cardiovascular disease, right? So these microbes living in our mouth, they actually have a very bigger role to play. They pre-digest the food, right? And this metabolite which is being produced from the pre-digestion of the food, it actually mixes with saliva, and it goes, and it actually helps your stomach to extract all the nutrients from the food, right? And that is one aspect. Other aspect is obviously these metabolites, when these microbes pre-digest the food, it actually gives signals to various body organs and gut, and these microbes in the gut that, something down is coming for the digestion. For instance, if you're consuming sugar, sort of sugar, they actually send an molecular signal via metabolites that, some stiff things, sweet thing is coming, so please start releasing, tell pancreas to start releasing insulin. So that's a normal one example of how these interaction works, right? So, but the thing is, when we have an imbalanced oral microbiome, or it is because of a lot of sugary stuff, or a lot of acidic, or probably foods that are not compatible for your oral biology, right? So essentially it triggers inflammation inside the mouth, and this inflammation is actually nothing but a biological warfare, right? So this makes certain bacteria, even this inflammation over a period of time, it is just meant to actually attack a lot of pathogens, right? This inflammation is done, obviously done by immune cells, and it is done to attack pathogens, but in a lot of cases it actually also attack your gums, and you have a leaky gums, and then so gums again, a lot of these bacteria and these metabolites produced by these bacteria, right, can actually move to various parts of the body, and this is what is implicated in diseases such as Alzheimer's and cardiovascular diseases, right? So what we really uh, need to consider is, the functions of these oral microbes, what they are doing, what they are producing, and that's what we do at Gene Freakletics, right? So we study the functional activity of oral microbiome, right, which is our recently introduced solution, right? So we can tell you what is your nitric oxide production. Probably I've shared about nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is one of the most beneficial molecule. It helps in regulating your blood pressure, helps in improving your insulin sensitivity, and this is actually produced by your oral microbiome, right? We also look at your cavity promoting pathways, so we can tell you whether you are more prone to developing cavities or you are developing cavities, right? We also look at mucin degradation pathways. Um, which again, mucin is a part of the mucin layer, and mucin layer is a protective layer for protecting all epithelial cells, and so there are certain bacteria which actually degrade mucin. They eat mucin and produce certain byproducts such as sialic acids and fucose, which is actually impacts your defense layer. And again, these are harmful, so we can tell you what is mucin degradation pathway. We can even uh, tell you your bad breath assessment. So it's not only about onion or garlic, right? So there are a lot of these foods which are high in polyamines and sulfide and methionine, which can actually convert the biomicrobiome into harmful gases, which causes halitosis. And this is also linked to, I've also done a video on this. This is also linked to chronic kidney disease, right? So the bacteria in your mouth has a very larger role to play, and we through various 17 biological pathways, we tell you, what is the state of your oral microbiome, how it is impacting your oral health, your systemic health. We are bridging the gap between dentistry and the systemic health, right? So so this is one of its kind solution in India right now, right, where we are focusing on the microbial genes expression of your oral microbiome, and telling you, you know whether you have a good oral hygiene, whether oral microbes are going to make you develop, erectile dysfunction, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity, IBD, cancer situation, even Alzheimer's, right? So if you are interested in learning about the microbes in your mouth, right, please do visit our website, right? And we are actually running an discount right now, a 10% discount on our product, right? Feel free to sign up for this, right? And even we also provide a detailed report for your dentist, right? So it's a wholesome solution, right? So that's it for today. Have a great day. Thank you very much.